Because it allows me to be free. It allows me to escape the external world and just focus on being great in the moment and not looking forward too far. And just football teaches you lessons to go 1-0 every single down, because if you focus on what just happened or what's about to happen, then things could go wrong. So it allows me to just, focus on where my feet are, and it really has taught me a lot of life lessons.
What were the priorities for you as far as physically sustaining the entire season after last year?
Throughout the season, we have a great staff, great nutritionists, great training staff, and really it was just a group effort, because I was on the lighter end last season, and I'm still I'm bigger now, but just understanding that going into that year, and understanding that I'm younger than everybody else on the field, and that I need to protect my body in order for me to sustain the level of play that I want to play at. So just understanding that what they're telling me, they've seen my type of build before. So just understanding that they want what's best for me, and just really accepting that role.
I think you mentioned recently that you were dealing with a few things last year. How much of that was physically just being dinged up and all?
I mean, that's just a part of football. So, I mean, physically, stuff like that's going to happen, but it's about what are you going to do to fix it and be ready for the next week. So, I mean, that stuff, that's not really a problem.
Well, you mentioned that no one knows how hard it was that first year.
Yeah.
Is that going to be some part pressure?
Not really pressure, because pressure is privilege, but just a matter of, understanding your freshman year. There's a lot of kids Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State, he went through his entire freshman year and they won a natty, student athlete. So just balancing out the student athlete life, all the NIL, just understanding and getting a rhythm in it. And now that I've went through it an entire year, I definitely have a way better grasp of it. Um, 1000%. I mean, at the end of the day, football is football. So, I mean, it's really a child's game. It's something I've been playing my entire life. So, football is never really the problem. You got to try to figure out the little things that are going to take you to the next level in order to sustain that play. I would just say, with the advances that we have had, football it used to be all grit. So, just being able to track that yardage and track my velocity every single day, track how many times I stopped hard, just being able to see that, it definitely helps that our staff really understands that every day, like the mileage that I put on, it can continue to keep going. So just understanding that, it's made it so much easier. But it's about buying into the system, and that's what I'll say about all these guys. It's not just me. Everybody has bought into it, and they understand that what our staff wants for us is the best. Because if we're at our best, the sky's the limit.
Is there a stop hard metric?
It is. It is. I don't know the exact terminology on it, but if we have hard stops, how a car, every time it does a hard stop, we have that as well. I mean, for me personally, it's made a difference just because, I can keep it into mind. I want to go 22 every day at practice, but it's about, hitting that 90% week in and week out, and just continue to, because you don't want to shock your body, if I'm going 18 miles per hour at practice every day and then I try to go 23 in a game, it's not gonna, that doesn't add up. So just understanding that, and that's just a testament to our training staff and our all of our staff, just helping out and telling us the reason why we need to do these things, and not just hey, you need to go 20 miles per hour, and you don't have a reasoning by why you should. So yeah.
What's your top end speed?
Right now, I don't know off the top of my head, but I mean, we gotta wait and see, I guess.
23?
I mean, we got a lot of guys that can do that for sure. Yeah. I mean, all of our defensive backs give a different challenge. So, I mean, all of them have, just Damani being a veteran guy, seeing a lot of different players. ZB, we came in together, iron sharpens iron. That's always been a 2-on-2 matchup. And then, you know, just Dijon coming in, head down, Deshaun Jones, Dre Kirkpatrick, Bray Hubbard, all of the guys, you know, I feel like every single day since we were always attacking at each other, that all of them have just increasingly, you know, they've seen what I do. So, you know, just day in and day out, it only gets better. 1,000%, 1,000%. I 1,000% agree that we have the best defensive back room in the country.
What's your approach to staying humble and keeping
I always keep an attitude of gratitude, but you know, the reason that I'm always humble is because I've been on the other side of it. You know, there's been times where I've been at the highest of the highs, and you know, something like an injury can bring you down to the ground zero, and that's just not something that I ever want to feel again. So I mean, just with the base that's behind me, my family, my staff, my brothers that's around here, you know, everybody, we keep each other in check. You know, continue to keep that level head, because in order for us to do what we want to do, you can't be great without the greatness of others. The chemistry, I'm gonna be honest, this is probably like one of the all-time highs in team chemistry that I've had in my life. You know, when you can, as a receiver, when you're one of your best friends is a defensive lineman, like, you know, a guy like James Smith that we feed off of each other, that's like my brother. I mean, when that's the case, I mean, it's a testament to the squad. Like, you know, we got quarterbacks hanging with long snappers, like, you know, people that's usually never around each other. I mean, it's just a brotherhood. I mean, and it goes before the first week of practice. I mean, just ever since January 14th, the guys have been bought in. You know, year two, we told each other that, like, we can't go back. So it's just been a matter of, you know, just focusing on where, like, each day we're not trying to focus on next week. We're not trying to focus on any time ahead. We just want to focus on the day, and everybody's been bought in. And I'm telling you, if we didn't know, like, today was media day, we wouldn't even know the date. Like, everybody, we've been stuck on, we think every day is Monday just because of how hard we work. So, yeah.
Ryan, how has the quarterback competition been? Getting the chance to work with all three of those guys, what's that experience been like so far?
Honestly, it's been beautiful just because all of the guys can sling it. I mean, we've had no problems with them. Everybody, you know, everybody brings their own juice, and all of them can do it, I'm telling you. I would just say the main message is just being consistent and don't fall into complacency, because we had games where, you know, yeah, we had a big game, but then, you know, the next week, you know what happened. So just focus on being consistent and focusing on that day, being where your feet are, and just being how strong are you mentally, you know, because this game is, the battle is won, the first battle is won internally. So, you know, just focusing on winning that battle and having grit and being unbreakable.
I think we know what the highest of the highs was last year. What was the lowest of the lows personally?
Personally, for me, I mean, there was never really a point where I would consider it the lowest of the lows. We learned a lot of lessons last year, whether that was after a game that we lost, and we had, like, some of our biggest lessons were at the games we won. Like, for example, the Georgia game. I mean, we go up big, and, you know, we allow them to claw back, and we can't allow them to do that. So, you know, just focusing on how to try not to learn lessons after a loss, because you can learn a lot of lessons from winning and just in general. So, yeah. Attack, attack, attack. I'm telling you, on the field, it's all explosive. Like, we do a lot of plays where I'm like, man, I can't wait for this season, just because, like, everybody can do it. Like, we have so many explosive guys in the receiver room, in the running back room, in the tight end room, and in the quarterback room. I'm telling you, they just, like, we're so versatile, and I just love to see it every single day. I wouldn't say serious. He just loves the game. Sheridan loves the game. Like, we all love the game, and, like, you can just see it day in and day out, and it's truly beautiful.